We should be good on all the platforms. All right, we are good to go here. Ariane Naroshi, hello, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hello, hello. Nice to see you. I see that you are fairly new on the IRIAM side. How are things going? I hope you're doing well. If you have any questions, let me know. Hello, hello. I like your name. It's very nice. I hope things are going well. All right, let's see. I think we got everything set up here. Make sure you can hear me and everything. I think we should be good here. Yeah, absolutely. Also, happy Friday. I hope you are having a good Friday today. Hello, hello, Vessa. Welcome in, welcome in. Meow. Hello, hello. Alright. We're good on both ends here. We're all set. Hello, Dual Thrones. Ah, I'm sorry to hear that. But it's Friday. But it's Friday, so it's almost the weekend, right? Do you have any plans for the weekend? Are you doing anything fun? You're almost there. You can do this. I hope that things are going well as well, Dual Thrones. How are things? I remember you were saying that Tuesday was a big day. How did that go? How are you feeling? Playing Monster Hunter Wilds all weekend? Heck yeah, there you go. I've seen so many crazy things come out of that. I've seen so many crazy fan creations. I saw what have I seen? I've seen people doing like a Mario, chocobos, lots of different customizations and stuff. Jockful, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. More yard work tomorrow. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully it's not too crazy. I'm sorry about that though. Hello, hello, Dual Thrones. I hope you're well. I hope you're doing alright. It's also Media Ninja? Oh, okay. I'm gonna have a hard time remembering that because the names are very, very different. But hello, hello. But I hope everyone is doing fairly well, for the most part, right? For the most part. It's Friday though, so hopefully it can be a good Friday to a lot of people either ways, right? Several areas outside we were fixing up for a few Saturdays. Ah, gotcha. The ears are so fluffy. Thank you, Aria. At least that you probably, hopefully it's not like all day, right? You can still enjoy part of your weekend, I'm hoping. Hopefully. But yeah, you know, I won't lie, I had a little bit of a tricky time trying to come up with, like, stream topics and things lately. It's getting a little bit, hard for me to come up with things, because I'm still so much on the visual end, right? Oh my gosh, I am so sorry, Dual Thrones. Oh man. How long do you have to deal with that? I'm so sorry. My goodness. Just be Saturday morning, after that we should be good. Last week was the hardest. Oh, okay. So it should be, for the most part, downhill on the work side, right? But yeah, Dual Thrones, I'm really sorry about that. At least a month. Oh my gosh. I'm really sorry. I wish you the best. I wish the best for you. I can't offer much other than good tidings, but I really appreciate you being here, and I'm sorry to hear that. Louis Sashimi, hello, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today? Hello, hello. I hope you're doing well. Happy Saturday. Happy Friday. Sorry, I was thinking about Vessa with the yard work Saturday stuff. Happy Friday. My head is all thrown off today, I guess. But yeah, sometimes it's hard to find discussions and things. So I was thinking it might be interesting to sort of like, have you guys noticed lately that there is a lot of news stories talking about different places closing, different places like changing or going out of business or things like that. Because I was thinking about blah, 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 blah. Have you guys heard of the Joann's thing? Do you guys know about the stores, Joann's? Fabric store? Is anyone familiar with those? Learned a valuable lesson. Don't try to read a thermometer in the snow. Oh, dang. Oh my gosh. Did me telling about GameStop make you think of the topic? Maybe, maybe. I mean, the Joann's thing has been on my mind a lot. And then the GameStop thing added to that. And then I was talking to a friend earlier, and they were talking about having weird dreams of, like, getting art supplies really, really, really cheap. And it just reminded me of, like, different things in life and such, and I was thinking about how so much has changed. But yeah, Joann's is closing. For those of you who don't know, Joann's is a fabric store, and it was it pretty much bought out all the smaller fabric stores so that it was the only fabric store that was just sold fabric, right? It's like, it's not a craft store. It's mainly for fabric and quilting and knitting and stuff like that. And it changed a lot over the years because the CEOs of Joann's don't know anything about clothing or fabric at all. All they know is where they're getting the sales and money from. So a lot of things that were being sold Joann's were things like, you know, live, laugh, love type posters and candy and holiday plastic decorations and things, and it was getting, like, less and less focused on fabric, which is what they are known for. Their full title is Joann Fabric. So Joann closed down, and it's crazy because there's no place to get fabric. Like, pretty much everybody in the US has lost their sole source of purchasing fabric, aside from, like, side sections of craft stores that are really, really, really not the same. And it's wild, right? Apparently Red Lobster is also closing. I heard, like, a back and forth on those. Yeah, so every store, I think it's like 800 stores or something insane, have closed down, and that's, like, every person's source of fabric in the country. And then it's like, oh, well, maybe, you know, we'll just buy it online, right? The online stores closed too. The whole thing's gone. The Joann's online store is gone. The other fabric stores that used to be competitors are gone. One was bought by Amazon, and then Amazon shut it down. And there's, like, where are people going to buy fabric? I know Hobby Lobby has fabric and stuff, but not the best one. Yeah, that's just, like, a side section of a larger craft store, right? So there are side sections of larger craft stores, but it's not the same. And there's really no place online to buy fabric either. I used to know a ton of different online fabric stores because I used to make fursuits, right? I used to get faux fur, and 90% of those places are gone. It's crazy. Like where do you just buy fabric? It sounds like such an essential thing, doesn't it? The Miracle Build 2 VTubes also killed a ton of brick and mortar. Very true, yeah. It's like, I wish we had this technology earlier on, and I wish it, like, didn't disrupt brick and mortar, you know? Because I'm like, I'm not really a big fan of the future. I only want the VTubing technology, and everything else can go, if I'm being honest. Even if you find a fabric you like, the prices are outrageous. That's true, too. Yeah. Why did they close if they basically had a monopoly on a commodity? This is going to sound insane. They were $500 million in debt. I'm not joking. With a B, they were $500 million in debt. No one wanted to buy them and to try to fix it. $500 million in debt. because they would be buying up all the other stores and stuff, right? And I don't know the exact details, but it's so crazy. So no one wanted to touch it with a 10-foot pole, basically. So they had to basically give up, and the people who were running it didn't know who their customer was. They didn't know anything about fabric. They'd never made anything in their life. And then there was this one girl, and she was trying to create a really cool product. It was a it was this projector that sort of like cut out fabric based on like this laser projection, and it was this thing that they were trying to get sold in the stores. And the management, and they said that when they met with the management, they were extremely rude. They had no idea what they were talking about. She was absolutely shocked that they seemed to not know anything about what their customer made, and they had no interest in her. And she was trying to explain, like, get rid of the holiday decorations, get rid of the candy, get rid of the live, laugh, love posters, get rid of the stuffed animals, like, keep it a fabric place where people can learn to make things. And then they're like, no, we don't think that that's where the income is from. And she's like, it is where the income is from. You just don't realize it because of the way you're setting everything up. We won't buy fabric, we'll buy cheap, finished stuff from Thailand, replace it every 3 months and be happy. Oh, jeez. I hate it. I hate it. Someone screwed up management bad. They really did, honestly. Yeah, it's crazy. Even if you find fabric you like, yeah, 100%. I think I've said that before. But it's really crazy. And I was talking to somebody, and I was like, you know, what would have been the solution to this? You know, if you're like $500 million in debt, like, how would you get out of this? And they were like, well, I would have refreshed the entire store. I would have changed everything starting from, you know, the events of 2019, 2020. You know, that whole situation. That store ended up becoming very, very, very important for a while because they sold fabric. What were people making with fabric? They were making masks. People who had never sewn in their life were buying the sewing machines up like crazy. And then everybody was making masks, hundreds and hundreds of masks, and they could consider themselves an essential business and stay open during that time. But then after that sort of, you know, fizzled away, they didn't continue the trajectory. They could have used this because they now have this giant audience, right? They have this giant audience who had never heard of them before, who had never made anything before, who had never sewn before in their entire lives. And they could have captured that, and they could have been like, hey, now that you have a sewing machine, here's all the things that you can make that are not, like, you know, it's scary mask knitting, right? You could make dresses, you could make stuffed animals, you could make blankets, you can do, like, whatever. You can learn how to repair and pants, you could add buttons to jackets, you could learn to make things. And this is the store where you learn to make things. And hello, you now have the skills that we can hone so that you can make more stuff. Just come in and take classes and, like, let's have a fun event with it. Let's show you these kind of things. And they never did anything with it. And it was like the biggest throwaway of an opportunity to reinvent your entire system. If they had monopoly on fabric, then tried to compete with Hobby Lobby instead of staying in their lane. I guess. Also, hello, Lily, and welcome in. It's kind of how things work. Eventually, big enterprise are acquired by giant investment conglomerate who only understand things at a statistical level. Yeah, exactly. They neither know nor care how the money happens. What needs to happen is referred to as, management on the floor, right? This still happen in larger companies. This is where you get things like Undercover Boss, those kind of shows. You need management on the floor. You need somebody who actually goes to the physical locations and sees how things are run, right? That's the main thing. Like, you need to see who the customers are, what they're doing, what they say they're buying. And yeah, you're right. Like, they neither know nor care, but that's what you need. You need management on the floor. And it's so sad because this fabric store could have been such a great like third place for people, right? Because they hire people who are at the cutting counters, like cutting the fabric for you live. They have these books that you flip through to find patterns. They could have had classes. They could have made like, you know, they could have made events. They could have made like, you know, children's home ec type stuff. There's just so much that they could have done. You know, the kind of stuff that they do in hardware stores, right? There's a lot of like classes for hardware stores teaching you how to use the hardware material. They could have done that with the fabric stores too. And it could have been really cool. It could have been like a really fun hangout for creative people. One thing that I noticed is that, you know, during the later years, they were really investing in a lot of like the cosplay stuff, right? They had I note it was so weird because right, like the anime and nerd crowd is becoming so normie. But they had a whole section of like EVA foam. And I think they had some famous cosplayer who was like advertising it on the packaging, right? And then they had EVA foam. They had like cheaper versions of well-known characters, like things in patterns that you could grab. I don't know which characters they had. I know there used to be fabric patterns for Pokemon costumes. That was a long time ago though. But this is the kind of stuff, right? They were catering a lot more to the cosplay community for a bit. And like you could have honed in on that. You could have had days where people were like meeting up and talking about the cosplays that they were trying to put on for their local conventions and like what they needed. You could have had like a prop class. You could have had a lot of fun with it, you know? Like, there's just... Yeah, wasted potential for sure. Wasted potential for sure. Dual Thrones, third place is, like, when you have a place that's, like, not your work/school and not your house. So, like, a library is a third place, right? A bowling alley is a third place. Like, just like, a nice hangout spot, right? A movie theater. Those are basically like a mall, essentially, like places that you could hang out that is not work or home. So yeah, they could have been a really great third place. They could have had a lot of really cool activities. It could have been really fun. It could have been a really nice hangout. See Hero, hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, what do you guys think? Like, if you were trying to save a place like that, what would you do? What kind of stuff would you try to suggest to see if you could get things to continue going? I'm curious. I think it would have been cool to you know what I would have done? I would have connected the store with local conventions and I would have partnered with them. My area hardly has any third places now, to be honest. Yeah. I feel like that's becoming the same situation for a lot of people. The problem is, to achieve what you suggest requires vision and power, but the power had no vision and the vision had no power. Ooh. That's deep. That's deep. The power had no vision, and the vision had no power. Oh. That's very accurate, yeah. Oh. I just feel like there's more that you could... Yeah, like, the vision with no power is really the issue, right? Because I feel like you could do so much more where you're connecting things. The line does go hard. I'm picturing the gif of the person writing in fire, you know? What I would have done is, if I noticed that more and more people were buying fabric to do cosplay, then I would have teamed up with the local conventions, the local theaters, the local, local high schools, and set up a legal defense fund. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, Lillian, I understood the first part. Where'd the second part come from? I'm very confused with that. But yeah, I would have definitely partnered up with local conventions. Lawsuits killed shop classes? Ah. I'm guessing like anything with wood or metal. I'm Lillian jumped straight to Suno Jutsu. Like I get ugh. You know, it's funny that you say that because when I was in art school, there were so many instances where they would like try to practice safety measures and so many people ignored it and there was like nothing bad happened. Nothing bad happened, but like the stereotypical stuff, right? Like some person didn't have their hair tied up and then it's like hair gets caught in the drill that you're using for woodworking and really stupid stuff like that, you know? Like nothing happened to them, they're fine, but it was one of those things where like something could have happened, you know? And it's like you shouldn't sue the shop class? It just needs to be more of like a common sense thing, right? Like I'm not going to be using woodworking tools with my hair down like this. Yeah, if you ignore the safety, it's your own fault at that point. Yeah, exactly. Especially if the shop class person is giving you all of the information, is telling you what to do, is like saying you have to do this, you have to tie your hair back or wear safety goggles or blah 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 blah. Like it needs to be a required thing. And then if you ignore that, then I don't know what to tell ya. It's crazy. Then again, people are forced to take the classes. Yeah, but part of the class is talking about the safety stuff. Automotive, home ec, etc. Even theater classes get sued. I mean, I guess I can understand theater classes, because at first I was like, oh, that's ridiculous, and then I remembered Spider-Man on Broadway. Yeesh. What are we talking about? We're talking about, like, the nostalgia of third places, and I was discussing how the store Joann Fabrics is closing down, and there's like nowhere for anyone to purchase fabric anymore. So I was saying that if it was up to me to try to save it, if it hadn't been too late, if we had had the vision and the power, I would have tried to connect the store with local conventions and advertised the store as the best place to get the material for cosplay before you go to said convention. Or team up with the local theater department, or something like that, you know? I think that... I know I sound like such an old fuddy-duddy when I talk about these things, but I really wish that we had more of those third places and connections and, like, making connections with other departments and other shops and other organizations and like, finding these connections together, you know? A lot of businesses are closing. Party City, CVS, even... Really? Okay, that shocks me just because I thought that always had an audience. Yikes. What about areas with no conventions, though? Well, that's why I said theater, right? You might not have a local convention because, I mean, that's pretty rare, right? But, I was just thinking of that because I remember seeing the EVA film. But what about, like... libraries or theater. Every town probably has like some sort of interested theater kids. Not every town has a theater, but there's probably more that have that than they have conventions. Or a library, right? If you wanted to like make things to fundraise for libraries. You can make, like, I don't know, book covers or stuff. There's just more town gown relation things, you know? Audience for Hooters is there, but they switched up what was on the menu, so to speak. Ah. COVID, as well as the business practice, is considered outdated. More people like anime woman now more than IRL woman. I mean, that doesn't shock me either. Rugged Tripod, hello, welcome in. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope you're having a good Friday. Almost the weekend. I hope you are looking forward to it. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fair, I suppose. I don't know much about that, but in terms of, like, a virtual over IRL, yeah, I mean, I do see the signs of that. What I would do is find people like Benedette Banner and her fellow at-home sewing mastery friends and use their compelling presentation to create a desire for lovely, durable, comfortable clothes. That's a really good point, you know? Because, you could make a really, really great argument with, like, the people who are more eco-conscious that it would be better to learn to be making clothes than to be buying from, like, Shein or Temu, where the clothes are probably going to fall apart the next week, right? Or the next day, even. The clothes have gotten worse and worse and worse quality, so teaching people how to make clothing and saying, like, hey, this is both better for the environment and will last you longer, and you don't have to be, like, buying it in bulk and you can make it yourself. Like, yeah, that would have been a really good thing to promote. And considering how many environmentally conscious people there are, I'm kind of surprised that that isn't bigger than it is. Like, there's so many people who are complaining about, like, plastic straws, for instance, right? And I'm not going to go too heavy into this because I know it could get out of hand quickly. But then they don't realize that the clothes that they're buying are also filled with the same types of plastics. And it's like, you're gonna have to use plastic no matter what, but you could also learn to sew with, like, cotton fabrics. Or you could just make things more durable, even if it is using plastics, right? You could make something that has a higher, fiber density that doesn't get thrown out the next week. Vessa, you want Tomboy Steakhouse? Fair enough. Different from a tomboy who draws steaks. Always need to be comfy at home. Yeah, for sure. Even highlighting basic skills like how to patch clothes. So much money could be saved. Just never needing to replace stuff. 100%. And, like, I know that there are, like, some TikTok trends of the home ec people who are teaching, like, how to make cute embroidered patches that sort of add the repair in a very visually satisfying way, right? Like, they'll make little flowers and hearts or something. But then you also need something that's, like, not so cutesy, not so frilly. Just learning how to replace basic things, learning how to sew on a button, learning how to just repair a hem, like, so many things that would just save, like, basic men's shirts or suits, right? You don't always need the cutesy frilly stuff. I just feel like we're losing basic skills that we really need, and instead just opting to just buy more stuff from Shein. And it's sad. And Joann's is the one place that could have educated for that more than pretty much anything else, right? The whole thing's wild. Yeah, but absolutely basic skills, right? Absolutely basic skills. I feel like, I mean, not just Joann's, but there's so many other things, like, I don't know if you guys still have this, where you are, but I miss, like, I miss yard sales and stuff. That used to be a huge thing. For me, was yard sales. Soytoin, hello, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Bought Pikachu pajama pants at Walmart today. I am part of the problem. I mean, it's going to be better quality than, like, Temu or Shein. Walmart stuff, you'll last you, like, a few months. Shein and Temu will last you, like, a few weeks. A week at most, maybe. Canning? Nobody can can anymore, or make preserves, or make pickles. But I'm an old man, so I can. I had a friend who, their family used to can, peaches. I think it was just constantly peaches. So they'd always have, peach-related stuff, like, during the winter, every dessert had peaches in it. I think that there's not really, in my opinion, there's not too much bad for, like, buying your basic clothing at a Walmart, because that's not, I mean, it's like there's tiers, right? There's levels, right? Stuff at a retail store here is going to last you, like, decent amount of time. Not as long as it used to, but, you know, it's not gonna fall apart instantly. Stuff from, like, Tien and I keep mixing them up. Shein and Temu, you get it and you can already see through it. Walmart stuff I bought lasted years, to be honest. Never shopped on Temu or Shein, though, and don't intend to. I'm glad you don't intend to, yeah. I'm glad you don't intend to. It's crazy, because, like, there's some stuff that I've been like, oh, this is such a cool product. Like, where can I get this? You know, I'll see it on, like, a social media site or something, and then it's like, the only link is for Temu, and I'm like, oh. Well, then I'm going to assume that this design was stolen from somebody in some form, to be honest. Like, I won't lie, there's been times where I was tempted. I saw this, like, the other day, I saw this My Little Pony, picture frame, and then it was, like, backlit with all the colors, and it was the mosaic of all the character. It was, like, the stained glass design, if you know which one I'm talking about, in the castle. And I was like, I really would love that, but it looks like it's probably something stolen. I mean, it's unofficial, and it's using official art, so it's like, that kind of stuff is so frustrating, I suppose. Zero says, I've been watching a series of YouTube shorts about only people who were kids in 90s or 2000s, and remember, OMG, there's so many things I remembered I did back in 90s to 2000s, yeah. Have you ever used your finger to trace a line on TV remote controllers if you're in a maze? Have I? I don't know. Maybe at some point. I'm not sure. Oh, you know what's funny, though, when you're saying, with, like, the old toys and things? I was watching, or you didn't say old toys, but I said old toys. I was watching a video the other day talking about the difference of the brand, For Real Friends. The stuffed animal brand. And the entire point of that brand originally was to make lifelike plush animals with electronics that reacted as if you had a pet, like, for people who couldn't have pets, right? So they had, like, dogs and cats and even a horse, and then at some point they went a little wilder with, like, bears and monkeys and stuff. But the whole idea was stuffed animals that were like having a real pet and designed to be as realistic as possible. The brand still exists, but they went fully cartoon stylized, and nothing looks realistic whatsoever, and I don't even know why they keep the same brand name, because it's not even remotely close to being like this recreation of having a pet, right? It's like, it's so crazy. It shouldn't even have the same name. It was funny because I didn't realize, like, I used to work with these people, right? And I remember seeing this little toy of, like, this plush dragon on somebody's work desk at one point. And I was like, oh, okay, you know, that's kind of, I don't really like the design, but, you know, that's cool. You know, always a fan of fantasy stuff and dragons and things. And then, I sort of didn't really think about it, but I remember, I think one of my, friends at the time had to do, like, the rough painting for it. And I was like, okay, you know, that's interesting. And then I'm watching this video talking about the difference between the For Real Friends of the past and what they are now. And they showed this dragon, and I'm like, it's from that? It's supposed to be, what? I can't describe, like, how different it is now. These toys were meant to be, like, as realistic as possible, using the, like, best, like, faux fur to make it feel real, with everything was supposed to basically imitate, having a pet. And the new ones are just, they're just these stylized, anime-inspired weird things, and they don't make any sense. I think, oh my gosh, okay. The way they described it is it went through the same thing that happened to Beanie Babies. Have you guys seen a modern Beanie Baby? They're weird. They don't make any sense anymore. They're very strange. And they have these, like, strange, stylized, glittery eyes. And that's what they did to this brand too. That it's meant to be as realistic as possible. This is making me nostalgic for the days of backyard trebuchets and garage chemistry. Oh my gosh. Modern Beanie Babies are horrifying. They are. Also, hello, Newbie Reaper. Hello, hello. Welcome in. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday, by the way. I hope you're having a good Friday. Yeah, no, Modern Beanie Babies are horrifying. So, like, imagine that, but, like, applied to the franchise that was supposed to be, for something that is supposed to be as realistic as possible, right? That's so crazy to me, honestly. I miss that kind of thing. I would not mind if they still wanted to go fantasy, but, like, realistic fantasy, you know? Like, why did everything have to get super stylized and super anime inspired? I would have loved if they had kept the idea of the dragon, but making it so, like, you had a realistic pet dragon. That would have been so cool. I would have really, really loved that. But no, it's like, it's just another, like, slapdash carbon copy cartoon design. Like a modern Furby. Are there modern Furbies? I don't even know what those look like, honestly. Unfortunately, okay. I'm gonna be disappointed. I can already tell. I'm gonna look this up. What does a modern Furby look like? Or I'll just type in Furby and see what the latest... What is that? Again with the anime eyes! Again with the anime eyes! Everything is anime eyes now! Blankula, welcome in, welcome in. It's a fiend. I mean, on the bright side, it doesn't look like it's going to murder you as fast. But it's just anime Furby. Actually, it's a troll. It looks like a troll. It has troll hair. It's a Furby with troll hair and anime eyes. The murderousness was half the fun. Yeah, that sounds right up Lillian's alley. It's just, yeah. Yeah, Furby plus troll, exactly. Furby plus troll plus anime. It feels weird to say this as an anime girl on the internet, but I'm not a fan of everything turning anime. I'm really not. And half the time, they don't do it well. Like, if it was in Japan, and they knew what they were doing, then I'm fine with all the toys having that cute aesthetic because they know how to do it and it works. But people in the West don't know how to do it. And it always ends up looking super weird and super uncanny and super unfortunate. The toy designers in the West don't know how to do anime eyes. Its soul's been sucked out through its mouth. Oh, jeez. Probably because people in the higher up think anime is now what's hip these days. They made all the Furby anime so they can relate to the modern kids. That's exactly what it is, right? Like, I've never seen such a generation obsessed with, like, what are the new ones? Demon Slayer, My Hero. It's just, like, it's so weird. It's so weird. And you can also see it with, like, any modern TV show. The stuff Disney's putting out, like, I thought it was cool at first, right? I really liked Owl House. That was a fine direction. I didn't hate Steven Universe. I actually really liked that for a time. That was a fine direction. And you can tell that it's just, like, kids graduating art school who grew up with Sailor Moon and then they want to, like, put it into the modern shows. And that's, like, okay, it's, like, it's a bit much, but it's fine. Now Disney has just gone way too far. They've gone way too far. They have some show, and it's called, like, Disney Chibis, and it's as cringy as it sounds. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. It's got all of the tropes of what you know for, like, anime and chibi, but it just straight up looks like one of those, like, adult animated parody shows. It's just not good. And they brought in, like, all the old voice actors, too, which I think is even sadder. Like, they have straight up Kim Possible in it, and I'm like, don't do this to Kim Possible, please. It's people trying to mimic popular aesthetics without understanding the nuances of the medium. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, 100%. Did you see the clip from the American Hospital show where the patient was wearing Pipkin Pippa shirt? I did, yes. I did. I think that's going all over the VTuber Twitter right now. The reason why is due to the effect of COVID. So many streaming platforms at the time bought so many different licenses for anime shows to broadcast anime. That's what brought attention to the mainstream. Ah, I see. Yeah, it does feel like it ramped up heavily during that time. But I feel like there was also a little bit beforehand, too. Maybe it just wasn't as intense, but it felt like there was stuff that was, before COVID that was still doing that kind of thing. I remember going to, like, one of the last times I'd gone to, some of these yard sales I was talking about earlier, right? I like to go to this really, really big one that has, like, multiple people selling stuff. And I remember walking by, like, a 5-year-old kid, and they were wearing, like, a My Hero Academia shirt, and I'm like, what? Why is this even made for a size for a 5-year-old? Why is there a 5-year-old wearing this anime t-shirt? What is going on? And it's just, it's absolutely crazy to me. And that was before COVID stuff, so I feel like something happened that made it super, super, super mainstream. Remember back in the time when people made fun of others who liked anime? That flipped now, everyone likes anime, but I think it became too overrated. It definitely did, yeah. Like, the popular kids are now the nerds. It's very strange. It's very weird. I used to actually go out of my way to compliment people who were wearing anime t-shirts, because I knew that they were sort of like the outcast that never gets complimented, and they were wearing it, but you could tell they were, like, nervous to wear it, but they wanted to show the thing that they liked. And it was just sort of, like, awkward all around. So I always tried to make it a point to compliment them, to sort of, like, show them that there were other people who also liked anime and make them feel, like, a little less awkward about it. Now if I do that, I feel like I'm probably complimenting the mean girls. Like, I just get a feeling that, like, I'm not complimenting the people who are the outcasts anymore. I'm probably complimenting the bullies without realizing it. And it's like, the whole thing's just so strange. It's so weird now. You still have yard sales every Saturday here? You're lucky. You're lucky. I mean, sometimes they're here, but, like, they're not anything that they used to be. They're not anything. They're not anywhere close to what they used to be. 99% of it is, like, furniture and antiques and stuff. It's not the same at all. Never wore graphic tees in public, just wore them as pajamas and around the house. Yeah, but, like, for the people who did, I like to try to compliment them. I like to try to make them not feel so alone. And a lot of times it went really well. A lot of times they really appreciated it, and they would be surprised that anyone knew the thing that they were wearing, and it was just, like, an all-around good time, and it was just a nice experience, and now it's, like, now it's not worth doing. Now it's not worth doing, because those people, they're not the outcasts, they're the popular kids. They're probably complimented all the time anyway. Or they bully people for not liking the right character. School bullies don't bully you anymore for liking anime. They bully you for liking the wrong anime. It's wild. I'm glad anime is more accessible for more people. Like you said, there are now mean-spirited people in the anime fandom, which is another issue and a rabbit hole. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like, the whole thing's so crazy. Special place for longtime anime watchers has completely changed. Yeah. I think it has to do with accessibility. In the day, you had to know people that knew sites to watch them. You had to go on a little journey to find them, but now it's way easier to find access. True, but, like, it's easier to find access, but, like, how did it go from being, like, the super lame thing to the super cool thing, right? Imagine a bunch of kids kicking someone wearing an SAO shirt, and I don't hate it, to be honest. Vessa, that's so mean. That's so mean, come on. Or for not validating their favorite crack ship, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's something else that I'm definitely, like, never, ever, ever, ever getting into. I don't understand, like, I will be honest, I don't understand shipping culture at all, and I didn't in the beginning when it was less vile and less violent. It's just gotten worse and worse and worse. I don't understand it. I don't really, like, I don't understand shipping culture. I don't go crazy shipping characters together. I just take what's canon and I just kind of roll with that. Like, I'm the type of person that just wants to go with whatever the author intended. Like, whatever their story is, that's what I go with. As casual anime watchers are generally bad now, probably not, but there are issues. That's just my thought. The shipping issues, people get really, really nasty about it. I think it's fine to be like, I think these two would be good together, but people go insane. Yeah, exactly. It's like, they don't really have any, like, problems to deal with, more or less. So, like, the problem becomes who the fictional character is with in the fictional show, and it becomes, like, an obsession that they will literally write theses on. Theses. A canon ship? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. But it's like, okay, you know, a picture of two characters looking cute, that's fine, that's cool. But then it's just like, it's wild how crazy it is. Not just shipping, but the accessibility of anime to the wider audience. Like you said, no more outcasts and mean girls or boys in anime fandom, yeah. I feel like shippers lose the original message the story is trying to tell. I agree, yeah. That's why I'm more on Jewel Thrones' side with the whole, with canon ship, right? Because, like, the author had an intent, and I feel like we should be respecting the intent of the creator of the thing that we're consuming, right? Like, that's just me. Oh my gosh. You know what I really hate? What I really, really hate is when people try to say things like, the author said this, but they didn't actually mean it, and I actually know better. And the author said this, but it's because they actually wanted this, because I wanted that. You guys seen that? That kind of stuff is crazy to me. Sometimes I don't like who ends up with who, but I just move on with my life, because honestly, who cares that much? Exactly. Leo the Dino, hello, hello, welcome in, and happy Friday, I hope you're doing well. I think the majority of people don't think about the author's intent. People are selfish and dumb. I'll agree with that. I will definitely agree with that, yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm good, what about you? I'm doing good. We're sort of ranting about... we're sort of all being like old man yells at cloud with anime culture. But that's okay. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't like it when people go so far against the original author that they're like, I know better, and I think that what I believe should have been canon. And it's like, it's okay to write, like, fanfics, or what-ifs, or this would have been interesting, but to be like, I hate what happened so much that I think that the author is wrong and I'm going to threaten them, like, this is where we go too crazy. This is where things get too insane. It's super wild. People talk about the author's behind-the-scenes intent. Like, they think they know the author's their roommate or something. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. No, they actually meant this. No, I know because of the way that the author types on Twitter, they actually intended for this to happen. Alright, Vicari, have a good lurk. Thank you for stopping in. Despite what people argue, I hope it doesn't discourage new and upcoming manga writers or anime writers. It hasn't, because people are very passionate about what they want to create. But it's kind of like, the equivalent of that is like seeing a streamer get doxxed, but still wanting to be a streamer, right? Being like, okay, there are crazy people in the world, and they are doing crazy things, but I still want to do the thing that shows my creativity and allows me to pursue my passions and my interest. They're just too far. Crab's flamethrower, they better stay away from the authors. It's wild. They're wild, wild people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it'll discourage new and upcoming writers necessarily, because there's still more of a passion to get your work out there and to get your work published than anything, right? I think that's the main thing is like there are crazies, but is it really going to stop you from trying to like follow your dreams with that kind of thing? Crazy thing happened to a streamer, but that's a whole other story. Crazy things are always happening to streamers. There was I forget their names now. I want to say one was Lily Pichu. I don't remember the others, but they were getting like harassed at a carnival. Amaranth, yes, the Amaranth situation. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's unlikely you get big enough manga to happen to you specifically, so it's worth the creative shot. Yeah, exactly. Plus, a lot of mangaka are sort of like VTuber-esque. Most of them do not, like if they have a really, really big manga, most of them do not show their face. Like the creator of Beastars is famous for wearing a chicken head. I've seen a lot of videos where people are sending death threats to authors, and some of them are just too far. Yeah, it's like, when did we, oh my gosh, when did we become such a culture that started casually throwing around death threats? Like, how did this happen? How did we get here? When did this become so normalized to the point that everyone's like, oh, don't take it so seriously, or it's just an expression? No, it's not an expression, are you kidding me? It's become so normalized. It's like a go-to comment, just because you don't like how somebody drew a picture. It's like, if I see that guy with the lightning eyes one more time, I swear, that is like my least favorite picture on the internet. One thing I also hate is, when some people blame the victim who got into the horrible situation, posted a video where they cried out genuinely, but they think they're doing it for clout. Yeah, yeah, like, oh, this whole event was staged, right? It's crazy because the problem is that there are cases where a lot of things like that are staged. So then when you say, like, oh, this is probably staged, it's like, that's a really bad assumption to make. But on the other hand, it's not like it's the first time that we've seen that, you know? So it's like, you should be taking the benefit of the doubt. You should be assuming that the thing is real and the thing happened, but I keep beating Vesta to the punch, I'm sorry. Matt, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I see that you're new here, so hello, welcome. My name is Starlight, and I'm Prismatic Kitsune. Nice to meet you. I think the issue is anonymity and whether or not what we see online is real or not. It's like, yeah, assume that the situation is real, but also it's sad that a lot of the situations aren't real, right? Like, not to get too heavy, but this kind of stuck with me. Takanashi Kiara got a super chat one time, and it was somebody saying that they had cancer and that they didn't have long and that they wanted to send a super chat to their Oshi and wish them well and ask them to, like, you know, give them good tidings or something. And everybody in the chat was basically telling Kiara, like, don't wish them well, don't do this, don't do that, because they're likely a troll and they're likely faking it and they're likely doing it for clout and blah 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 blah. And she said, that's very true. There are a lot of people who do that. That is a common thing that people do. However, it could be real. So I want to wish them the best, and I want to treat this as if it's real, because there's a chance that it is. And not saying anything positive, because it could be a fake clout chaser, would be worse than appealing to a clout chaser. And that kind of really stuck with me, you know? Like, yeah, a lot of the stuff probably is fake, but you know, you don't want to assume things cuz it might not be. And you don't want to take that chance. Yeah, I know she's not your favorite, but yeah, I do think that was a really mature moment for her, honestly. Even if the truth is presented, some people argue that the real truth is boring and the opposite of the truth sounds more exciting. True. True. That's happened to me. I've had cancer. Most of the time, people try to figure it out by blasting me with questions, and it just shows the state of people's minds, you know? Yeah, it's like everyone wants to assume the worst, either, like, with the truth or with fiction with it. Also, oh my gosh, that's, I hope you're doing all right now. But if you are, like, if you are a cancer survivor, that's really crazy. And I commend you heavily, heavily, heavily for that. And I hope things are going better. But yeah, that's just sort of where my mind is at. Is like, you just never know. You can never know what someone's thinking, right? It kind of feels like they're looking out for the next viral thing. And yeah, I'm way better now, thank you. I'm very glad to hear that. That makes me very, very happy to hear. Yeah, there's always people sort of trying to chase the next crazy news, whether or not it's like, it's either going to be like, this person was faking this thing, oh no, or this person is dealing with this thing and actually isn't, oh no. It's like, this is the reason why React content is so crazy to me, how absolutely meta-viral it's gotten, right? Like, I personally do not like React content at all, but I can't deny that it has launched so many people's careers in a really strange way. And everyone's like, oh, but once they stop doing React content, then no one will like them anymore and it won't work. No, not true. They fall in love with the personality that they got from learning the React content. So even if you only did it for like a little bit, you would gain more of an audience that you wouldn't have been able to garner. And then it's like, and then you get all these people who end up being viral because they started with React content and then they switched when they got bored. I remember a student proved their disbelieving professor that she was in the hospital and revealed herself that she was in the hospital in a Zoom meeting. Even the dean was watching. Oh my goodness. Wait. So, like, on the meeting they were in the hospital? That is wild. That is wild. Miguel, hello! Welcome in. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope you're having a good Friday. But yeah, oh my gosh, like, React content is just Freaky Friday. I haven't seen that movie in so long. There was, like, I usually don't like remakes of movies, but I didn't hate the remake. But the Lindsay Lohan one is, of course, the best. And of course, I think there was one before that one. I feel like there was one before that one. I'm not sure if I've seen that, though. Thank you for the rainbow cupcake! Thank you, Leo. I appreciate that very much. But, yeah, the React meta is crazy. I don't know about Freaky Friday, I only heard about it from stupid videos on TikTok. That's fair. Freaky Friday is fun. That's a good movie. Just watch Freaky Friday again, they have a new one. Yeah, I have seen the new one, I don't hate it. I normally don't like remakes of things, but I don't hate it. But yeah, the Lindsay Lohan one is funny. Is it horror? No, it's not horror. It's a comedy. It's a comedy about, thank God. Do you not like horror? I guess it kind of sounds like a horror, doesn't it? No. If you've never seen it, if you're gonna watch it later, watch the one with Lindsay Lohan. It's really fun. It's a cute movie. It's not horror at all. Don't worry. I can't handle any horror. Trust me. If I have no issue with it, it is safe. You can use me as like a you can use me as like a litmus test for it. If I can handle it, you're able to handle it. I'd be pretty horrified in the situation. I mean, yes, but it's played as a comedy. And it's heartwarming. Is it TikTok brain rot? No, it's a movie. It's a full movie. There was something related to college courses, and the professor was kind of an arse. The dean obviously had common sense, told her to take care of herself. Professor and the boss never heard again. Ah, I see. Oh, is TikTok brain rot, sorry. Heartwarming wholesomeness? Yeah, it's, I don't wanna give too much away, but it's like a family movie. It's a family movie about I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to give any away, but it's very, very safe for work, and it's not horror at all. I mean, yeah, it's, You hate families? What? I've seen the movie a long time ago. Yeah, it's a fun one. Freaky Friday's a fun movie. It's been years since I heard that, though. I felt like I got a memory flashbang. I'm sorry, Miguel, I don't know what you mean, but it's a nice family. Brain rot is low-key getting to me. Oh, jeez. Yeah, no brain rot here. No brain rot here. TikTok brain rot scares me, honestly. I can't stop with the brain rot slang. Oh, dear. I don't know any brain rot slang. I'm not gonna be able to understand. Can't take it no more. You gotta step away from the TikToks. Funny thing about the recent TikTok ban ordeal, when it happened temporarily, Bibu complained about how she wouldn't find funny jokes to annoy people and have fun. She is genuine brain rot zoomer. I can see that. I can see that. Ah. Rig, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm trying to revive my TikTok account. That's fair. That's fair. I know nothing about TikTok. Funny enough, I was told back in 2019 to join, and somebody was like, oh, I post all my art on it. It's not just dancing and music. And I'm like, it's just dancing and music. I don't want any part of this. And it's like, they told me to join in 2019, and I'm like, if I had joined in 2019, would I be a lot bigger than I am right now? Or would I have a lot less attention span? Like, what would have happened? Rig, thank you so much for following. Thank you. I appreciate it. I stopped with TikTok after the kid unaided himself over stream. TikTok had a whole speech ready if it went viral. Still haven't released it to this day, so I'm good on that. Jeez. Question, do I have a sad face? Kinda. Also, I saw one clipper dedicated to Bibu, and they created a month-long live stream of Bibu singing brain rot versions of classic and popular Christmas songs until New Year's. That sounds like something that Gigi would do. I wonder if anyone's actually bought a phone with TikTok on it. What do you mean, bought a phone with TikTok on it? Yeah, I don't normally have a need to be sad. Not on here. When TikTok got banned, people had the app still installed and some didn't. Yeah, but isn't it back now? Isn't it, like, able to be downloaded without issue? Last two phones I got had TikTok on it already. I mean, yeah, that's fair. But it was only, like, one day. It was, like, 24 hours. Not even. I don't really know if that's much of a concern, whether or not the app was on the phone or not. It was like, didn't come back to the App Store within those 24 hours. Well, what's the chance that you're buying a phone on that day, you know? It took a month? Did it? Do I have a mad face? I do not. I do not. I'm a little bit limited on IRIAM. At some point, I need to sort of, like, make some, refinements when I'm not on the IRIAM side. Because what I have on IRIAM and what I have on YouTube and Twitch are the same. So I basically nerfed myself for IRIAM. Miguel, thank you for the heart. Alright, have fun. Oh my gosh. 0. Stop with the brain rot. No. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I want to make adjustments so that on YouTube and Twitch I'm a little bit more active, a little bit more expressive, but this is as much as I've gotten the IRIAM side, which, you know what, I'm pretty happy with, considering that I am able to do a lot, you know? Compared to some others, I feel like I've got, like, a pretty good range going here. I'm happy with it anyway. Look, I even have a, I can, hang on. Let me zoom out here. Oh, we're on one. I can even shake a tail. I don't think many people can do that. And now I'm dizzy. Now I'm actually really dizzy. What? Alright. Shaking my tail too hard. Frank, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Oh my gosh. That wasn't smart. I'm gonna have, like, what do they call it? What do they call it? Like, happy tail syndrome? Where your tail starts hurting because you shake it too much. Very dizzy, yeah. Only like 3 more weeks until birthday and 30-year anniversary. Heck yeah! Nice, nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm very dizzy now. Dizzy. Very dizzy. Ugh. Boo! Poof. Hello, Vine Fox. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Hi, hi. Hi, hi. Ah. I was shaking my tail just now. I'm a little bit dizzy. Hope you're doing well. 5 more months till your birthday? Nice, nice. Yeah. Trying to get my head back on straight here. How you doing, Star? I'm okay. Just lots of wind. Lots of wind, yeah. Ridiculous Fox. Hey. What can I say? What can I say? Lots of wind. It's very windy. But how are you doing, Vine Fox? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope that you were doing well. I'm doing alright. A little dizzy, but alright for the most part. I'm having fun. I'm chilling. I was asking earlier about, like, third places and things, or stores that had shut down, like, that you used to remember going to. And we spoke a lot about Joann's, cause, like, that's like a big one for a lot of people, right? But, like, what else is a big one for you guys? At work for now? But it's Friday! It's Friday, you're almost done! You're almost done, you can do it! Sorry to sound doom and gloom, but I'm losing watch hours faster than gaining watch hours. I don't think I can YouTube partner this year. I can understand that. I'm kind of like, it's definitely not easy. I definitely lost a few thousand, not just from doing the hiatus, but because I also did some videos that, like, they did pretty well, like, relatively for my level, but I made them earlier. I made them past the 1 year mark, right? So I lost those. So you might have had videos that did really, really well a year beforehand, and then the other ones aren't picking up as much, and, like, I understand what you're going through. I understand. I can relate heavily. You gotta go back to annoying coworkers with bad dad jokes. Thank you for following, Matt. I appreciate it. All the best. Just finished work. Thank you for pushing me through the last hour. Heck yeah, I'm glad I could. In college, there used to be a little meeting hub in the middle of campus. I used to hang out and study in there. Oh, that sounds really nice. A little meeting hub. That sounds cool. I was also close last year, less than 200 hours left, but lost a little over 700 since the start of the year. Ugh. So, the way that if you're losing that many, then that has to mean that you did a video earlier that was doing really, really well. So that definitely means that, like, you can get that back. You can do other videos that do as well, but I understand where the sting is, because I'm in the same sting. I'm in the middle of it right now. I understand where that's coming from, right? Like, I was saying earlier, I did a VOD, I did a stream that is a VOD, and it's currently my most popular video on my channel, and it's just like a master study of somebody else's work, but the VOD has like 2,000 views, and it's a year old. So most of the people who have seen it were past a year ago. So all the watch hours for that are gone. So it's like, I understand the frustration a lot, but I feel like we just gotta keep, like, pushing through, you know? When you mean third place, you mean, like, store or other things? Yeah, exactly. I think it could be a few of the TOTK streams where I got sudden massive watch hours. I think I mentioned it, but I remember it happened thinking it was bots. It very well could be, especially if it was, like, if it was really early. If you bought TOTK and were playing it, like, week of release, I could see how those would have been watched by a lot more people because everyone was sort of curious about the game when it came out, right? So people were watching playthroughs more than other games if you got it during the release and stuff. Right? That's why I played Infinity Nikki as my first game, is because it had just come out, and I figured I'd get a lot of people who watched me, who would watch me play Infinity Nikki just because they were curious about it. And I think I got a few. None of them stayed in my community, granted, but I think that some of those, viewers were from people who were curious about the game itself. I guess the old saying of close yet so far is true. Very much, yeah. Very much. I can relate a lot. TCG Master Study win. I should do one of those. But I feel like a TCG Master Study is not going to gain, like, a huge amount of watch hours or recognition in the same way. Those would actually make more sense for shorts, because, like, TCG shorts seem to do better. The master study that I did was from a really well-known artist, and I was explaining my process. So even though it was a very long stream, a lot of people were watching it because they wanted to learn how to paint like that artist. Whereas a master study for TCG would probably be more, like, entertainment-based. I'm sorry, I'm trying to pronounce your name. Hello, welcome in, and thank you for following. Sean Dadon Tech? Is that it? Sean Dadon Tech? Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. I'm probably just gonna have to say Sean for short. But hello, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Yeah, it's I get the idea behind doing the master studies, like, as streams, but I think it's the difference between, like, a Pokemon fan wanting to watch a quick drawing be made versus a wannabe artist wanting to learn how to paint, like, an artist that they like, where that artist has not disclosed any sort of work in progress or video, right? So the artist that I did a study of is one that is well known and a lot of people like their work, but they don't post works in progress. So I basically made a stream that, to a lot of people, sort of broke down the mystery, quote unquote, and that's probably why they did so well. And that's probably why one of the most viral trends for art VTubers right now is any video titled "How to Paint Like Insert Famous Anime Artist." And pretty much any person who does a video like that, even if it's their very first video on YouTube, it can gain like 10K easily. Why haven't I done that? Because it seems like the artist version of React content at this rate. If I'm being honest. And, like, yeah, I probably should, and I probably will. I'll probably be doing more master studies. But I can't edit them like a lot of people. A lot of people do a crazy amount of editing. This was a VOD that is my largest video, but it's just a random stream VOD people are finding, right? And if I had made that into, like, an edited video, what would have been a 2K view probably could have been, like, 20K. You know? But since it's been a year, I think other people have made more content on breaking down that particular artist. So mine isn't going to be seen as much as others. I don't know. The whole thing's very confusing. And I'm still trying to figure out how to do, like, a more original YouTube video, for that Pokemon thing that I had an idea for. And I still can't figure out, like, exactly how to arrange it, but I need to get on that. I need to just say that I did it, you know? And then repeat it a bunch of times. YouTube content creation is hard. It's very, very hard. It's confusing, and there's a lot of there's a lot of ups and downs and trials and tribulations to it, you know, as Sea Heroes is expressing as well. So, it's tricky. I think it's very tricky. What about you guys? Are any of you guys running a YouTube channel yourself? Don't know about third place stores, but when I was younger, there were tons of mom and pop stores. Yeah, that counts. That counts. Nope, that's fair. I missed what you said in the last 5 minutes. I think I was just talking about my own, wow, my head just went blank. I was just talking about my own thing with the art version of React content, I guess. But yeah. I think that it's just tricky. I think it's just tricky to figure out what works and what you can stick with, you know? I think it's like, I don't know. You said something about the same struggle I'm going through and stuff? Yeah, because I'm talking about art react. Because I was saying that I can't repeat all of it. I don't remember what I was saying. YouTube's always confusing because it's always changing. Yeah, exactly. Didn't feel weird that all the stores copy each other. True. Yeah. I don't know. It's mainly like, I understand where you're going through because I'm sort of in that situation where my most popular video was made, like, more than a year ago. So most of the views and watch hours from that, I don't have either. I think that's pretty much what I was getting at. But yeah, YouTube's definitely always changing, and it's hard to sometimes realize what works best and what's like the best use of your time. At the moment, I'm sort of trying to figure out, like, what's the word? I'm trying to figure out a new art style right now that I'm developing, and I think it might be nice to try to make, like, some speed paints on it. So I've been trying to record speed paints on it. I've been trying to figure out, like, how I can make shorts really quickly. I've been seeing more people making clips and videos half the time. I guess it's just to get out there. Yeah, exactly. I want to be making more clips of speed paints that I'm already doing. So I'm just sort of recording my process and then wanting to upload it. Like, I had the one of Mew, and then today I will probably upload the one that I did of Wooper. And if you're a Star Badge member, I know it's kind of early already, but for the month of March, if you if you get a Star Badge, then there's a Wooper wallpaper. And I'm going to be uploading a speed paint of it, and then you can get the Wooper. And it's like, okay, you know, every time I do one of these speed paints, I can also upload it to YouTube as a short. Don't know if it's gonna do well, but I have it, right? Like, work smarter, not harder. I'm already doing the work. I might as well record it and then upload it later. And it's nice because they're phone wallpapers. So it's made in the orientation for a phone anyway, which is perfect for an orientation for a short. I've also seen people calling them, like, I've been calling them phone wallpapers, and a lot of other people call them lock screen art, and I need to figure out what people do with them because I want to start taking commissions on them. I've been wanting to see other ways to use the VTuber medium. Like, I've been practicing animation in Live 2D to see how far it could be pushed. Oh, that's really cool. Newbie Reaper, I'd love to see some of the work at some point. The Wooper, I need it. Heck yeah! If you gain a Star Badge, like, at any time, this month, then I have a separate channel, where I'm distributing the Wooper stuff. And then I'll probably have them listed for sale, at some point later, like Etsy, Ko-fi, like maybe a month later. But if you're a Star Badge earner or a Ko-fi member, or I think the other one is Twitch sub, then you can get that included as like a monthly bonus. I'm sorry, Vessa. I'm sorry. No, it's alrighty. It's all good. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing well. I'm sorry, Vessa. Maybe you can help me figure out like what works for selling those, because I don't really know how to do it yet. I was just gonna list them like a VTuber asset, but I feel like there's a better way to go about doing it. I don't know. I would love to turn them into stickers, but I don't like shipping things, so I'm trying to think if there's a way to do like a digital sticker. Being alive is good. Yes, I'm very glad that you're alive. Bleh. I mean, yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I'm like extra tired today for stuff. Well, I'm not gonna be alive if you keep doing that. I'm emotionally tired. Thank you, Vine Fox. I appreciate it. I am emotionally tired. I'm trying to figure out the things. I feel like I went on a lot of tangents today. I know, right? I'm glad you're alive! No! What is the Follower Fest thing? Oh, IRIAM Follow Fest! Tool Thrones, thank you for the heart. Thank you, thank you. The Follow Fest thing is when there is maintenance on the platform. I just realized we're lagging hard on the YouTube side. I just realized that. I don't know why. Also, I'm sorry if I didn't realize that the YouTube chat was moving. Mon, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Biggest struggles when it comes to being a content creator or YouTuber is you're doing all of it pretty much alone. Very, very true. Yes, very true. I was talking about something before and I forgot what it was. The Follower Fest thing. Okay. The IRIAM Maintenance Follower Fest. So, to clarify, regularly, right? IRIAM has to do maintenance on the app to improve it, to fix bugs, to add new features, all of those kind of things. And when they do that, the app is not available to watch. So in order to combat that, this started in IRIAM Japan, and a lot of the members will do a hashtag on social media like Twitter. And you follow the founding streamers on Twitter so that when the maintenance is back, then you can watch the streamer. So it's kind of a way of like self-advertising during a time where people can't be on IRIAM, then they can discover new people through Twitter. YouTube just got scared we were talking about it? Fair. Seems like it, huh? I think we're okay now? I think we're okay? Maybe? Hard to tell. But yeah. So it's basically a way to discover streamers. So if there's people who are new to IRIAM, haven't heard of it, and they can see like some of the IRIAM streamers, or if they are on IRIAM and they want to meet new people that they might not have seen before. So it's a way of self-promoing during the downtime period, essentially. I'm curious to know, like, what future updates IRIAM wants to put out. Because I feel like we haven't had any, like, major feature updates in a while. I want to see new features. I want to see new stuff. I want to see, more stickers and things. I think it'd be cool. What does the concept of a third place mean to you? For me, it is, like Dark, hello, welcome in. Happy Friday. For me, a third place is, or I guess the definition, right, is, like, anywhere that is not your work/school or your home, but, like, a third area that you can hang out. a third area that you can explore new things and talk to people, and it's not like a typical store. It's like an environment. I thought it was a new event thing, but it isn't happening. Are my streams a third place? I mean, I don't know. Extra happy Friday, I'm not gonna show up to work. Oh dear, as long as you don't get in trouble. Celtic Alchemist, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Would my streams be considered a third place? I don't think so. I think it's more like a physical location, right? I barely have the hours, oh dear. Oh dear, don't get in trouble. Please. The term is new to me? So, yeah, it's like... A good example of a third place is like a library, or a bowling alley, or a movie theater, right? It's like, it's basically like, it's not, it is sometimes a place with like monetary exchange, but it's like a hangout. Caught the flu? I'm sorry to hear that, Celtic Alchemist. I hope you feel better. Are there enough third places in your area? If not, what's missing? There's hardly any third places left. Zero, stop with the hollow girl brain rot. Third places are supposed to be physical places, but more and more places like Discord servers serve as a third place for a lot of people. I mean, yeah, that's true, that's true. I do think that Discord servers and streams are kind of becoming, like, the replacement. But I still feel like you're very limited with what you can do with it, right? I do agree that that is kind of becoming what is the norm. That is sort of changing and evolving. But I still feel like we're missing things. If you ever look on VR chat, most worlds are designed as third places. Bars, parks, game rooms, etc. Yeah, that's true, that's true. I know nothing about VR chat. I know absolutely nothing about VR chat. I've never done anything related to VR chat, but there's a part of me that kind of wants to take advantage of the 3D element someday. I mean, I have, like, a 3D element at one point, but I don't know. I want to hold a sword. I want to be able to swing a sword in 3D. I think that would be cool. Otaku guy, hello, hello! Why are they being cringe? I don't know. I don't know. They got on the topic of, TikTok brain rot, and then they started talking about the stuff that, Bibu and Gigi from HoloLive say. I'm doing well, though, Otaku guy. I hope you're doing well. What do I think of the art style between the original creator, Kazuki Takahashi, and more current anime for Yu-Gi-Oh? I don't know what the current stuff looks like. All I know is that there's fairy cats. I like the fairy cats. Yes, I do want 3D for Sword. What challenges do third places face in today's society? Economic pressure, urbanization? Mainly online. Mainly, like, online shopping, I think, is a big one. Different type of chaos. Yes, I want 3D so I can swing a sword, exactly. Wouldn't the easiest way be Beat Saber? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Sword take very long time to obtain. So then sword become not sword. Then sword is spoon. Current anime is done by a different studio that made, Cardfight Vanguard. Ah, interesting, interesting. So it looks more like okay, okay. I honestly don't know anything about this. I want a sword to start putting stargazers were getting a lot. No, I would never point a sword at the bunnies. Never. Why is sword spoon? Yes. Oh, I miss Hamtaro. I miss playing Hamtaro. Master Spoon. Yes. Yes, indeed. I loved that playthrough. That was so fun. I enjoyed that so much. I'm gonna be playing tomorrow, probably, pinball again, because I wanna do one more round of pinball, because we did pinball, and then we did Steam demos, and then I wanna do pinball again, and then after that, we're going to be experimenting with other games, and I'm going to do my best this weekend to create a schedule design based on Tuesday's art stream when we did, like, the schedule design work. I'm going to do my best to have a schedule out and see if I can get, like, fairly consistent-ish with it. I think it'd be good to get consistent with it. And then, hopefully, I will be able to start playing different types of games. Spat committed so many crimes. He really did. Need art of Starlight holding the big spoon. But would it be me, or would it be Hamstar? Stratoflor, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I see that you're new here, so hello, welcome. Hope you're doing well. My name is Starlight, I'm Prismatic Kitsune. It's nice to meet you, and happy Friday. I can do one thing now, this is going to be a blast. Oh. Ah! Wait! When did you decide to start doing this, Newbie Reaper? Jeez. Ah! I should have seen that coming! Eve, thank you for the Suki. Thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh. Wake up! Oh my gosh. I'm awake! I'm awake! A bomb got thrown in my face. How could I not be awake? Me holding a sword, Hamstar holding a spoon. Oh my gosh, it's like a little, little training montage. It sounds like Hamstar is like a Pokemon and we're, like, doing a mimicry of each other. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, you know what? At some point, I still owe you guys a costume art. You guys are gonna have to talk amongst yourselves for that, but I still owe that. You're gonna have to figure out what you want for that. I still owe you guys a lot of things. I owe you, I haven't forgotten, by the way. I haven't forgotten. I owe you a costume art. I owe you a profile pic change. And what else? I think I owe you a tweet. Bomberman cosplay. You guys are gonna have to, talk amongst yourselves for that. Yeah, I owe you guys, Stargazers taking over my Twitter and being allowed to make a tweet. Harry's basically saying the rise of digital entertainment and social media has reduced the need for physical social interaction, leading to fewer people visiting third places. Yeah, exactly. Stratoflor, thank you very much for following. I appreciate it. Thank you. Also, we're really, really close to 500 followers at this point. I'm excited about that. We're very, very close. What about candy canes? TikTok brain rot tweet. No, I mean... Thank you, Vine Fox. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're supposed to make a spot we could discuss the costume, then you pick X amount and make a poll. Oh, right. Okay, so I basically just need to make a thread in general chat. But we were slacking. I mean, you guys can make a I'll make a thread. TikTok's so boring, it's the same stuff over and over. That's fair. I'm not on TikTok. I'm scared of TikTok. TikTok's actually very scary to me. Scary place. Do not understand. I'll make a thread at some point. I will make a thread on the Discord side, and then I'll make a thread on the Twitter side, so that I can get, like, a sampling from multiple places. And then it's more fair, then everyone can, like, give their input, right? That's what they want, it's not a shocker over there. Fair enough. Bot love, hello there. I don't know. I'm not really the biggest fan of bots. I'll make an exception for androids, but bots? I'm not really sure about that one. Hopefully you are a good bot. Yeah, Vesta, exactly. I'm cool with androids. I'm wary of bots. Unless you're like a Wally. I'm okay if you're like a Wally type. I can be. There you go. Countries like Netherlands and Denmark prioritize walkability and mixed-use zoning, ensuring integration between cafes, shops, and parks, which creates natural third places within neighborhoods. I love that so much. Yeah, I know that the Netherlands and Denmark are really, really good about walkability and, like, not having car-related needs everywhere, and everything being, like, so quaint, and I love that so much. Stratoflor, thank you for the party poppers. Thank you, thank you. I think, thank you so much, guys. And then there's Eve. Thank you, Kenneth and Newbie Reaper. I'm the balance. You are the balance, but, like, you are the strangest type of balance I've ever seen, because, like, you play both yin and yang. You're too powerful. Hello, guys. I feel like did I miss screening into, that was weird. Jeez. I hope you're doing well, Kenneth. Hello. Welcome in. I am both and neither. Oh my gosh. She's the nether. Bot love, thank you for the boba. Thank you. I think you see this everywhere. For example, in Japan, urban planning often includes commercial spaces like sento, public baths, and small neighborhood parks which foster social interaction. I really like that. That's really nice. You got Stargazer design inspiration? Oh dear. Oh no. I mean, it's probably good, but also oh no. Yeah. I'm good. I accidentally, like, almost, swiped away stream by accident. I didn't know I could do that. I was trying to scroll through the chat to make sure I had greeted in, I greeted in Kenneth, and I swiped it in a way that, like, it almost disappeared, and I'm like, what? Don't. We're good, though. We're good. Everything's good here. We are all right here. I'm curious about the Stargazer designs in general, Eve. Whatever you end up coming up with. And then I need to find more ways to incorporate Stargazers into everything else. That's gonna be the real challenge / interest, right? Is finding a way to make you guys have more importance than your standard VTuber community, mascot, whatever. I want to go a lot further with it. Stargazing because there is an eclipse in a blood moon. Oh, dang. Gotta go, battery 10%. Before I go, question, how would you deal with a chatter who says spoilers in chat during gaming or anytime? I'd warn them. And then if they don't stop, I would time them out. That's what I would do, personally. Especially if they're, like, new, and they're not knowing your decorum, I would definitely give them a warning, and then I would time them out if they continue, if they're trying to do it, like, for trolling reasons. Many US cities are designed around cars, with sprawling suburbs, limited walkability. Is Akari suggesting why she felt the lack of a third place as opposed to other cities on Earth? It's not, I don't know. I don't know, really. I just see a lot of places, like, changing and closing and things. And stuff that I remember fondly disappearing, I guess. I mean, I still have some third places, but they're not the same. They're kind of empty a lot of the time. I don't know. Also, yeah, affordability is a huge part. Like, I can't afford movie theaters. I can't afford bowling. I can't afford a lot of those things. I cannot afford a movie theater at all. Oh my gosh. It's something crazy, like, if you were to take, like, a family to the movies, I think it's like $100 now. It's something wild. It's just very, yeah, it's very unaffordable. Rising real estate costs pushed out small businesses like cafes, bookstores, and community centers, which often served as third place. Yeah, true. Yeah, 20 a ticket, plus, like, the whole family. Like, your typical family is, like, you know, a mom, a dad, a brother, a boy, and a girl. So it's gonna be, like, 80 just for the tickets, and then, like, if you wanted to get any food, then it's gonna end up being, like, $100 just to go to a movie. Which is wild to me. Yeah, no. I could never. Movies have gotten absolutely ridiculous. But, also a lot of theaters have closed, like, you know, COVID and stuff, and it's like, they've gotten both expensive and impossible to find. There's a very easy solution for this. Oh? Oh, jeez. Come on. I'm not entertaining that one. No wonder why people are burning, movies online. Yeah. But, okay. Regardless of that, regardless of the whole, like, online shtick, there's just an excitement level to going to the place, to going to a theater, to having the experience of the theater itself, right? And it's, like, that's an experience. That's a day trip. And I would like to, you know, have more of that type of thing. Still visit the theater, I just do it alone nowadays. Yeah. Good news, the movies have gotten so bad, 99% aren't worth seeing. And that's another sad thing. I miss good media. I miss third place of good media. Games are worse too, $100 for digital marketing platform. Yeah. Yeah, I miss game cartridges with inserts and pamphlets and stuff. I miss the little guidebooks. I miss the little, like, flip-through guidebook. There's people who will actually make, like, fan-made flip-through guidebooks of newer games. Like, there's an Etsy store that makes a little flip-through guidebook of Switch games just for people who miss the little guidebooks. I bought a used copy of Kirby at one point, and I specifically chose the seller because it came with a little guidebook. They're cute. Like, I don't know how they design them, because there's definitely a lot of work that goes into it to, like, match the fonts and match the style and make it look as official as possible. There's definitely a lot of talent behind it. But yeah, little fan-made inserts. It's crazy. It's crazy that we still have cartridges in this giant clamshell box, but then there's nothing in the clamshell box. I miss the little, not the coupons, but, like, the little advertisement flyers, pamphlet stuff. I mean, okay, if you bought the original Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, you, in order to catch the Reggies without, like, using an online, without using online guides or anything, or without getting, like, the Prima guide, you had to have the pamphlet. Because the pamphlet had a key in Braille. And it's like, that was like miniature ARG right there. I miss stuff like that. I miss the weird connections of, like, this Braille connection to your game. That was the coolest thing. That was such an interesting idea. There's a few game cases that have reverse art that is completely different from the cover art. I know Stellar Blade has one. Interesting. Interesting. That's cool. But yeah, I miss being able to, like, afford to go basic, like, middle-class places. And just having, like, some hangout area. I don't know. Like, I couldn't afford most of the stuff anyway, so I didn't do a lot of those things. But at first it was like, a little bit unaffordable, and now it's like 100% unaffordable. Earlier, Kari mentioned she loved the walkability of Dutch countries. Revised zoning laws to encourage mixed-use development could help promote the incentive in the US. I don't know enough about that. That sounds so complex. I miss arcades so much. Yeah. I missed the Game Boy Advance and had a little guide pamphlet with a game cartridge. Yeah, exactly. I want, like... I don't even want, like, shops and things. I just want hangouts. Like, more than a park. And, like, without having to buy things necessarily. I don't know. Like a nerdy club type environment, but, like, not tied to being in, like, a school club or something, right? Because I know that there's, like, school clubs for things that are usually run by kids. But I'm talking about, like... I wish that there were hangouts where it didn't necessarily have to be, like, monetary based. I don't know. I'd be fine with a cafe. I could afford, like, a cafe once in a while. But, I don't know. I guess that's why game stores are still popular with people, right? Game stores are probably the closest thing. If you live near one, anyway. Movie theaters can't compete with streaming, but now the opposite's happening, where streaming platforms are increasing subscription. I feel like no one can win. Yeah, true. But, you know, that's one of the reasons that I really like VTubing, in a sense, because I think somebody here was mentioning earlier that, like, Discord has kind of become the modern third place of people, right? I think VTubing, streaming in general, is kind of allowing that. But it's also kind of offering a nice little bit of an escape, I guess. And there is a part that I do very much appreciate from that I would not have had in the past, you know? Like I said, I couldn't afford to do most of these things. But at least doing things like being on Discord or streaming or, like, hanging out with you guys, that is a form of community interaction that we wouldn't have had before. If you don't live near anything like that, then you didn't really have the option before. Snazzy Penguin, hello, welcome in, and Yuji Yamamoto, hello. I see that you're fairly new to IRIAM, so hello. My name is Starlight. I'm a prismatic kitsune. It's nice to meet you. I hope you're doing well today. Outside job and streaming, I only exist on Discord. Yeah, exactly, right? So, like, it is kind of a third place, in a way. And I am glad that the technology exists. I don't know. Hope you're doing well, too. Yeah, thank you. I think we were just talking about, like, just sort of the hangout, inherent of streaming. How like, streaming and content creation is kind of, like, the modern third place for people. My English isn't perfect, so I apologize. No, you're doing well. You're doing very well. Everything is good. Cloud, hello, welcome in. I see that you are new to IRIAM, so hello, welcome. My name is Starlight, I'm a prismatic kitsune, and nice to meet you. Gonna get some rest, I should be back. I'll probably be wrapping up here, shortly, actually. So if I don't see you, I hope that you have a good rest. I'm concerned for the state of Discord with the recent news. Yeah, that is kind of nerve-wracking for sure. Ugh. That's definitely nerve-wracking. The Discord news kind of makes me wonder if it's worth having a newsletter or not again, because I keep going back and forth about whether or not it's worth having a newsletter. Ash, hello, welcome in. Oh my gosh, we just got, like, a bunch of new people joining in short amount of time, but hello! I hope you're doing well, Ash. Many European and Asian cities invest heavily in public parks, plazas, and community centers. That's really cool. That's really cool. Community center, that would be cool. I wish we had more of those. But yeah, if you haven't yet, definitely consider following so that you know next time that I go live. Because I think next time we're going to be on here is Monday? Yeah, probably Monday. Singapore's hawker centers serve as affordable communal dining spaces, bringing people together. I love that. That's very nice. Yuji Yamamoto, thank you so much for following. I appreciate it. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, exactly. Snazzy Penguin, thank you. We're very close to reaching 500 followers. I'm excited. I'm excited. But yeah, I'm sort of, My pleasure, thank you. Gotta go, battery dying, IRIAM should fix the power usage. I agree, I understand. Thank you for staying as long as you were able to, Sierra. I appreciate it. And Cloud, thank you very much for following. Thank you guys. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. I know this is sort of like, I know this is sort of like, catching me at the tail end here. But I appreciate you guys hanging out for as little or as long as we have. I'm probably going to be on, I'm going to be streaming on the YouTube and Twitch side tomorrow. So, Saturday. I will be on YouTube and Twitch. If you haven't subscribed or followed there, the link is in my profile. And we're probably going to be playing another game of pinball. And then I'm going to be finally making a schedule. And we'll be able to have a little bit more, what's the word? Be able to have a little bit more organization to things. Revenge on the Lizard. Poor Kecleon. Poor Kecleon. A suggestion for power saving is having a mode where it uses you as a PNG instead of animated model. So, like, basically like this. I'm not sure how much different it would make, honestly. I think it's like a back-end thing, but I have brought up to them before. I'm like, hey, this is this is heavy for people. So, I am hoping that that things do get more optimized over time. My point is that third places haven't gone away entirely. It's just easier to feel the impact of the digitization of third place in North America, because North American cities never incentivized third place. Ah, I see what you're saying. I see. Yeah, you're right about that, honestly. I figure it has something to do with constant frame updates and being live. That's true, yeah. I think the other thing, from what I can understand, is that, like, what I see and what you see are pretty identical. So, I think that the amount of stuff being sent on the streamer's end is also the same on the viewer's end, which is not the case on something like YouTube and Twitch, where the streamer is handling all the really heavy stuff and then the viewer has the video feed. And I think that's the whole idea of, like, the zero latency aspect, right? I think to have the zero latency aspect, you have to have an identical data feed happening. That's at least my hypothesis. I don't actually know, to be honest. I don't know for sure. We aren't programmers. I'm certainly not. I have no idea how it works. All I know is that I get to talk to you guys and it makes me happy, and that's all I know. But yeah. I think we are going to call it there. I will see you guys I will see some of you guys tomorrow. 11 o'clock PST, 2 o'clock EST. We'll play a little bit of Pokemon Pinball. And then I'm gonna try working on a schedule, and then people will actually know when I stream and what I do, and I'll be, like, more organized, and you guys can help me. You guys can tell me what kind of streams you might want in the future, and I'm more than willing to listen. Maybe we can have some streams where we, like, plan schedule stuff together, and actually, like, get going on things, make things more organized. What we need is a battery, an ice cube, and a computer generator. There you go, yeah. More Yap stream. There you go. Alright. I think I will wrap up there. I hope to see some of you tomorrow. If you haven't yet, definitely consider subscribing on YouTube or following on Twitch if you haven't yet. And with that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you may be in the world or the worlds beyond. And thank you so much, Stargazers, and all the best.